Cool, that works. Hi and welcome, this is Byron, one of the authors of git-python, and I thought why not prepare the next version and stream that stuff live to Twitch. That's my first time. Usually I don't code and talk because it's kind of difficult. Today I will do my best though to make it happen anyway. And even though I will be silent for most of the time, I guess, or at least let you know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Maybe you learn something, even though I don't really think that anybody will be watching this, but who knows? All right. So that's the issue I would like to tackle next. It's kind of a big one, parsing error in git config, because it involves, I mean, if you really want to fix this, I think you have to put in a new config parser. I mean, it's supposed to parse files like this, which is just an ini file format, but the problem is, I mean, I was kind of reproducing this error here. I have a test case that clearly shows me what I see here, so that's supposed to be fixed. And, excuse me, basically, all the parser has to do is to not choke on things like these. Right? Why would it? I mean, just have to take it in as a string and there you go. But the config parser that comes with Python is kind of very picky, and I don't know, this Git thing, it's not ini file in that sense, it's much looser, and I'd like to find a way to be able to read all these kind of loose ini files without having issues with that. Yeah, and to do that, I think there are a few alternatives. Yeah, I searched this before. And the config obj looked quite interesting to me. Yeah, it has a validator that I don't need. So it's more complex than the stuff I actually need. Maybe there's an even simpler one, no validation, it just reads the stuff and there you go. Oh, by the way, what do Python guys use as configuration system in general? Let's see, config parser, okay, that sucks. Any file format sucks, come on. Have to do something else, YAML for instance, or JSON, but something that is, supports structured data and deep nesting, and ini is just not that. Environment variables. Okay, but I'm digressing, definitely. Let's do this shootout here, and there were a few things. I think CFG parse. So what's this? Configuration backwards compatible with config parser in addition to having the following features. Preserve structures. That's good. That means probably it's keeping the sort order. Yeah, I'm turning off Spotify now because I think it makes no sense. This simplifies my setup, and then I can basically just output the sound through the TV once again. Nice. All right. Let's see what this config parser can do. So preserving the order, that's already good. Probably means it's using a order dict in the background, which is fine. My implementation does that as well, even though I had to hack the git config or the standard config parser quite a bit to make that happen, and to add some features and to make it more forgiving basically. So I mean, this is nearly the entire implementation of the config parser that is underneath, and this is the stuff that you definitely want to get rid of. Even though maybe I can just make it work so that the existing config parser doesn't choke on this. Maybe this can work. Maybe I just have to patch it a little more, which would be faster than changing the underpinnings of that thing. I mean, I'm already using a raw config parser, which should be much more forgiving. All right, so let's just see. That is, oh, it's actually in my read function. That is even better, isn't it? If E raise E, where is that E coming from? Yeah. Oh, there. Okay. That's the option regular expression, and that guy fails, and that's where I got my parsing error. Okay, so I just have to adjust this. I think that's much easier. Yeah. Keep it simple. Even though I would have loved to get a better config parser, I mean, considering the amount of work that has been going into this. And kind of all the parsing code is under my control anyway. I think it will be much more efficient to just hack this one more time. Okay, that's the one. And let's see if I read this correctly here. So the option name, then we have colon or equals, I think, white space, or the same thing with, oh wait, that's not colon or equals, really? It's kind of the inverse of the character set here, or the, yeah, character set. Does that make sense? Probably it does. Followed by separator. Oh, this probably tries to make sure it doesn't, the option doesn't catch the separator. All right. So that's what we see here. It's kind of a, seems to be like a sort of, it's not duplicate. It's two character sets here, so it can be any combination of these. Fine, fair enough. Vi, what's the Vi thing? Option, no space tab followed by any space tab, everything up to end of line. So that should be permissive enough here, right? So why does that line not work? And why do I have 3 lines here? So many questions. Yeah, I don't know that implementation so very well, as you can see, because most of the stuff is just standard Python, but there must be a way. Okay, first of all, I think I should step in there and just have a look at what we really have there in the code or on the stack, like this. Yeah. So there should still be some left. Look, it matched something. But does that abort? No, it doesn't ever abort. Ah, yeah, I see. E is actually a list. No, it can't be a list. But what does it do here? It appends. Is a parsing error something that you can append to? Apparently so. Seems to be a list then. Why don't I have E here? I raised E. Okay, that's a string conversion. That's supposed to be a parsing error. Does it have a length? What is this thing? No, it doesn't. So how in the world does this even work, that it appends the line to it? Does it have append? Really? It does. Okay, it's a special exception there. And basically every line that fails to parse, it just keeps the parsing error around with line information, and that's how we get this. So first line, 149. Why would the regular expression not be able to parse this? Oh yeah, sure. It's a multi-line. It can't do multi-line strings. That's a problem. And we pass in line by line. That's the problem. So why don't we just say that if we can't parse the line, we will instead get the last parsed value and append to it, stripping off tab. So let's say strip of white space. It could also be white space. Here it's tab, and here it's white space. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try that. Sounds simple enough. Okay, if we can't parse this, then yeah. Do I have an op name here? Previous op name. Actually, the op name is still set. I mean, this variable is still hanging around in my locals. I could just use it. So let's and cursect is also not supposed to be on. And from that, you should be able to get the previous op value. And yeah, let's try that. For now, we don't do this anymore. Op name equals, maybe I just do it like this. It's supposed to be a string. We just take the line. Is it decoded already? Yes, it is. Just take the line. And is there something like else strip? Line else strip? Because our strip is there. Is there an else strip? There's an else strip. Awesome. So let's do this. Else strip and really? There's no help? What? It's not supposed to be like that. Heh. Something is wrong. Something is wrong with my shell all of a sudden. Let's try it here. Same thing. Why is it so broken now? Heh. I don't get it. Let's hit reset. Let's see if it works now. See, that's better. It broke itself in overnight. Oh yeah, see, that shows totally broken. All right. Whoa, 50 days uptime, not bad. Welcome to the world of OS X. And we just do the IPython 2 here. Okay. With leading white space removed, if chars is given, not non-removed characters and chars instead. All the characters. Oh. Yeah, white space is tab and space, so I think lstrip should just do fine, and this should also be doing something. So let's see if that does something useful. Let's run it. All right. That's already something. But we should, of course, try it. So previously these lines failed, and we want to be sure we parse the right thing. Because after all, I would expect this entire string with strip prefixes to be to be in there. Merge rel schema. So let's test for this. Test config. Yeah, let's just make a very special case here. Okay. Let's just call it EV. And I think we can just do it like this. That will be totally equivalent to a nice, oops, nice string. Oh, that was a multi-line. Oh, now it is a multi-line. Look at that. It's a long line. Fair enough. I'm going to break this up here. Go to the next. Well, break it up and go here. I don't know if that will be right. No, I don't do that. Let's just have one long line there then. Fine. Or I break it up here. There's a space. Let's break it up here. Like that. I think that should be it. There's not supposed to be a new line here. Oh yeah, like that. And I think we are good. That's supposed to be the string, possibly. Oh no, wait. Here's even more. And more. I mean, I must say that is kind of an awkward config file, but let's just not choke on these anymore. Let's just fix this. All right, so I would assume that our config get, and then this one here, equals EV. I think this will fail. This is never going to work. But maybe it is. Oh yeah. 76. Oh yeah. Ah, Jesus Christ. Maybe I should have used a raw string there. Yeah, you know what? Let me just redo this. Like so. And this is actually part of the string here. See? Yeah. Like that. Oh gee. And of course, to put it way to the left because we are stripping all this initial white space here. There's a very long line. It's also a multi-line here. All right, fair enough. I'll just keep it that way because I'm too afraid to destroy the white space here in some way. All right, that could possibly work. I will nonetheless look for, I know. I think that is something the parser should throw away. I mean, you wouldn't wanna have these quotations. Let's see. Maybe you can also, I mean, as long as it reads it, right? Probably no one will ever query this in Python. So I'm already good. I know I don't have to be too picky about this, but let's make this test work nonetheless somehow. Oh yeah, option, section and option. So it's driver. Like so. Wow, it worked! No way! That is impossible. I don't believe that. Okay, this also means that it doesn't strip away. I mean, basically, I think we want to decode this because we have all this new line stuff here. And I think it would be a good manner to resolve this. So you have an actual string with new lines in the end. How to best do this, by the way? I know Python can, I'm certain that Python can do this for you because it does it sometimes, but how does it do that? If I print things like this, okay, but what if I have a string? Do I have to do this manually? That's the question. Should I do this manually? I could, obviously, but probably my implementation would be just half of the deal. So I would rather use something that is proven to be working. Why would I do this? Want to do this myself? So that would be a string that has a literal new line included, as we have it here, obviously. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Let's just print this for a second. Oops. Hey. Oh, it's working because it's not even running. Gee. Why is it not running? Okay. Let's verify this. And now we should have an exception. Oh, we don't. Okay, fine, fair enough. So that is what we get. We get all this stuff in there literally. We even have line breaks in there. Man. This is something. I mean, we can parse this, but we don't parse it right. We parse it too literally. I think Git, what does Git do? I think Git will indeed resolve these. Git config. There must be something we can do. Can I give it just a file name to read? Because I would like to see what Git returns there, and our parser should return the same, obviously. System local f config file. See, so there we go. Git config f. Then where are we? Is there some? Yeah, there we are. Git test pictures. Git config with comments, and then we do get value regex. I think that could be something like a merge rail schema, huh? really. Escape these guys. Rail schema. Key does not contain a section. Key does not contain a section. Well, I'm actually missing the key here, right? How does that work actually? Usually you can just, I don't know how to do this. With merge log, I would do it like merge log, true. But with the with these guys, how do I specify this even? Do I just put a period in here and say driver? No. So probably maybe once. How do I do this? I mean it's a regex. Maybe they tell me. So help me with the value regex. Help me please. How do I specify complex sections? And do we have an example here? No, we don't have a complex section. Why would we? See? That's the stuff I know. But there's stuff I don't know, obviously, and maybe they don't tell me. But maybe it's coming up, maybe. Nope, not yet. I could try with a regular expression though. Branch name. Oh. Merge, well, color grab, maybe the branch name thing, branch description, branch name. It's kind of a special case, but branches look similarly, I think, in the standard git config. Let's try that once again. First, oh yeah, let's just have a look at the git config, git repository config. Here we have one. Damn it, come on. Remote origin, so maybe smart enough to just do something like merge.railschema.driver. Yes, that does work. And what we see is, let's pipe this into a file. I'm not trusting my shell for doing the white space right. Looks like spaces, but is it spaces? Let's just bring this up here. See, it's tabs. Okay, so it actually reads, it doesn't strip them. That's interesting. Yeah, sure, it's a literal text. Okay, so we got it wrong. We don't strip it. Fine with me. And then we have two tabs there. So we have to put that like this, maybe. So that should still work. Yeah, it does. But we still don't properly parse these lines. Okay, we have an escaped string, unescaped string, right? Python unescaped string, yes, like this. String escape, really? Let's try it then. First, like so. String escape. That would be awesome if that worked. Oh, okay, we're in Python. We're in Python 3 here, so in Python 2.7 this should do something. Let me figure out how to fix it in Python 3. All right, look at that, isn't that beautiful? Yes, so that's what it's supposed to be. Awesome. Oh yeah, I actually can't look at this chat right now. Can I